Finally, we say goodbye to our responsive personal portfolio website with footer and some final touches to this website, which will end in final outcome of this playlist at the end of this video. The icons and its animations in this footer are same as in the previous contact form section video. We have hover animation on links as well. Let's see how responsive this footer is as well as how it looks on different screen sizes. This footer consists of 3 parts, each vertically displayed on small screens, but when we get to the tablet screen size, things take a huge turn. They become horizontally aligned. Wow, what a shocking revelation. Anyways, after this footer is done, we will see the entire website from top to bottom and see if something needs to change. Remember, I don't believe in perfection. I work on it live to make it look good right in front of you. For the sake of authenticity, at least for finalization part, it mostly make me feel embarrassed in front of everyone. But this is how I do things, dumbly. You can see responsiveness on all screen sizes. So let's go HTML. Let's start our browser in VS Code. That never works well, but we still use it. The fact I just said it never works well, and when I started it, it openly admitted it. Seems like it's mocking me in front of you guys. Alright, so this part starts with the footer element, which is the semantic HTML tag used to represent the footer content of a web page. Followed by the footer wrapper div that acts as a container for the footer content, ensuring it is grouped together. The row class is used for layout purposes, applying flexbox to centralize everything. I will show you guys these CSS resets and default classes we are using here like row and subheading later in the video. The single footer class groups individual sections of the footer. Subheading is used to style the heading text, while inside footer logo, there is an anchor tag that wraps around an H1 element, creating a clickable logo or heading that links to the top of the page. A lorem text provides some placeholder content for this section. Remember when we wrote the role attribute of list value to have no list style in our earlier video? Well, it's so we can add this attribute everywhere where we don't want li to have a list style. Another single footer div with the subheading links. The UL element contains a list of navigation links that direct users to different sections of the page. These links use href attributes like home to point to specific ID attributes within the page. If you want to see more cute web development content, then you need to subscribe to my channel and turn on a notification bell. Let's refresh and see what we got. Now on to the final section of this footer for Contact Me part. In this single footer, we will have 3 social icons that we simply took from our previous contact section in the previous video. So if you guys want to check that video out for the style, animation, and hover effects of these icons, then link can be found in the description. I think we are done with HTML, so let's put some makeup on with CSS. Let's start our CSS by actually going to the footer section in the style sheet. That is way too down below. At least we made it there. So now let's start with footer element itself. The footer spans the full width of the viewport with a background color of black from our root variables and text color of secondary. It uses flexbox for layout and centering stuff, while the box shadow property adds a shadow effect to make it stand out visually. And these were our root variables. The wrapper for all sections of the footer will have a fit content width. Single footer specifies a fixed width of 16 rem for each footer section. We also center the text content while padding bottom of 1 rem creates space at the bottom of each section. This is the subheading and row class we used in each single footer. Back to the CSS single footer subheading where we want 1 rem of space above the text. Now for the links in the footer that are supposed to take us to the clicked section, where we remove default margin for UL elements in each single footer to ensure consistent spacing. Gonna add the row class to centralize everything without writing more CSS. Also, the font size to be a little small from the current font of anchor elements, so it fits well in the footer. Speaking of anchor tags inside list items have their color of secondary variable. We also add padding of 0.5 rem to provide some space around the links. On hover, anchor tags changes the color of the links to primary variable, adding interactivity to the navigation items. We already have the social icon set from the previous section and video, but we want the social icons class to have padding of 1 rem around the icons for spacing. We also want to center the social media icons within their container. Finally, we want to style the icons itself by setting their color to black with font size to 15 pixels to match the footer. In terms of making footer responsive with media queries, when most of the footer is already responsive, all we have to do is divide each section of the footer in 3 parts with 33% each width, when we are having large screen size of 1024 pixels. Now, we are at the part of really feeling bittersweet about ending this playlist. We will see the whole website from top to bottom to ensure we didn't miss anything and that nothing needs our attention. This is the first time ever I created a playlist and completed it. It's just giving me feels. This subtitle in header homepage is a little too much away from the portfolio title in small screen. So let's fix it. That's better. Let's head on to the About section. I am a perfectionist when it comes to the buttons, and these look giant. We have many buttons in our portfolio website landing page, but in this About section, we want both the buttons to be aligned horizontally at some point earlier than the 1024 pixels width, while also not ruining the buttons everywhere else. So now, we are changing the horizontal padding from 50 pixels to 45 pixels. Also, the width of the entire About wrapper is a little too small. There is also the fact that the gap between image and button and text is not good on large screen. It's too suffocating. Oops, we went too far with the gap. But let me fix the margin as well, and then we will change CSS and VS Code. Let's keep the About wrapper gap to 1 rem for small screens, and increase it to 2 rem gap on large screens above 768 pixels, where elements look too close to each other. Now, it looks better, so it's time for the rest of the sections. If you guys are liking even a little bit of these animations and such in this website, then you can check them out from the description where I put the link for each of these section videos. Oh, and also subscribe to my channel. Skills section is fine, but I want to show it off, so I am using the excuse of changing the gap between both parts from 0.5 rem to 0.25 rem in skill container. Oops, please delete this commented code to keep CSS clean. Let me find the skill container to change the gap. I have no idea where it is hiding. Here is the thing. The width of the entire container for buttons looks small on large screen in portfolio section, to the point the last button had to go on the next line, leaving it alone, which looks really bad. Let's have some margin between buttons and make max width of buttons container bigger for the large screen sizes. I hope that works. We will make the max width to be 900 pixels from 690 pixels for buttons class, which is a button container for portfolio section. Buttons should also have a lower margin of 0.5 rem rather than 1 rem for all screen sizes. Now, this seems good, but let's make the width of the buttons short as well. I aim to show things as they are, to encourage everyone not to worry if something isn't perfect in their project. It's okay to revisit and fix mistakes. Things will click at the right time with a bit of brainstorming. We're human, and it's natural to go back and refine the details we might have missed before. We just made buttons. Button from 14.75 rem max width to 14.14 rem. Education section doesn't seem to have any issues whatsoever. Neither does testimonial section, so that's good. Oh wait, why does contact section and testimonial section have such a big gap between them? Let's add some height to the testy wrapper and see what works best. That's why I love this inspection here, so I can move things around and see the exact value I need to put in CSS code. I think height of 33 rem makes everything look good on all screen sizes for testy wrapper. So far, everything is great, so we will now see the final section. That is our contact section, and then get rid of this whole portfolio website. I mean, say goodbye to our portfolio website in a nice way. Let's get the box wrapper of this contact section to have 1.5 rem margin vertically. Now, it's time to see the footer section, whose footer wrapper seems to require some margin vertically because the overall footer height is as short as me. We will have margin of 1 rem auto in footer wrapper. The video is a little too fast, so I always say what I am doing in the code, so no one misses anything. Our link font size is too small, so let's fix it by removing the font size small altogether from single footer, UL. Now our social icons are social distancing, so let's get them in center. I hope I used row class for social icons already. So let's add justify content center here. Alright, now it's time to see our complete personal portfolio website designed with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript finalized version. We will see all the animations and transitions in each section we have created throughout this playlist. If you have any questions regarding this portfolio, website, or anything, then feel free to ask in the comments below. And if you want to check out my entire playlist or any certain section, then you guys can do it from the link in the description for the playlist as well as each section separately. I am also a baby content creator, so if you like this responsive personal portfolio website or any of my other works, please support me by subscribing to my channel. It will mean a lot to me. I also have other landing page websites for restaurant as well as upcoming playlist for e-commerce website that are way better than this, because I have learned a lot since this portfolio. So you can also check out the teaser shorts or the entire website if you want, from the description. I will stop my emotional blabbering now and let you see the rest of the video. It's time to say goodbye to this website. So if you have been dealing with my dead humor, as well as with this entire portfolio since the beginning, then